On today's show.
I got a great question the other day from an author saying, how do I actually pick which of my friends or family to involve in my next book or my next big writing project? And it's a great question because I think usually what happens is when you involve people that know you pretty well, you either get sort of these binary responses. Either you get sort of polypositive, who's this is the most amazing thing, this is awesome, this is great, this is wonderful, which is a great ego boost, but it can be a little bit nerve-wracking as someone who wants real feedback. So on one hand, you get overly positive feedback. The other one is you get negative Nelly, and negative Nelly thinks everything is terrible, this is never going to work behind it. And so you get all this critique, which gets you off track. And I think those are the two extremes, either people who are really positive and want to give us praise, or people who are really negative and may want to knock us down. I'll describe what I would look for in the people that I find great collaborators that you already know. Look for people in your life that you walk away from conversations outside of this world, but you're like, that was interesting. That was helpful to me. That's really what you're looking for. You're looking for someone who, again, isn't someone who's like sort of negative in things, but they're pushing forward. They're thinking about things, and you walk away from normal conversations in your life feeling like I learned something and that was helpful. Look for those sorts of people. I'll share two people in my life that live in that world. No, first is my brother Mark. My brother Mark is someone who's very thoughtful and thinks a lot. And what I love about him when he is reading content I've written or reading things that I've shared, he always wants to sort of say yes and. His feedback is very much yes and. You know, this part of it I really like. And have you thought about? That idea of yes and is what we would call positively productive. The other person is a guy named Shane Mack. And Shane Mack is someone who I would describes his feedback as the third place. So one of the things about feedback is oftentimes it's someone giving you their view and saying, listen to my view. What Shane really does is tries to take feedback from both parties, from me, what I provide, and what he brings, and saying, let's create a new way to see this. We call this the third place feedback. It's not what you wrote or what I think, but it's about combining those into this third place that we can agree on. So that's what I would tell you is avoid the overly positives or the very, very negatives and find people who are positively productive. And I think you can see that in people who give yes and feedback or people who help you find this third place. Those are the best people to involve, and involve them early. Talk to them early on before you start writing the book or before you start creating something. Those are the people that are going to help you thrive. And remember, never write alone. Find people to involve. The biggest thing you can do to help make your writing project successful is build a community and use that community to help you.